In today's Whiteboard Leadership moment, I want to talk to you about another leadership lid. And the last several have been about inner life. And now I'm going to move to the inner circle. This group of people that you're living life with, your team. A leader is always, his success or her success is always determined by the inner circle, the people they have around them. I have a whole lot of leaders I talk to, especially large church pastors, who spend a whole lot of time raising people up in ministry, which is really, really good. But every once in a while, they've got to have someone who's been there, done that, someone who is around them that knows where to head, and the leader can just hand that off and not even think about it. So it's so important to have a good, solid inner circle of people who've been there and done that, and new people you're raising up inside your ministry. So let me just talk about this for a minute. When it comes to chemistry, it's all about the team. So I'm going to encourage you, first of all, to guard the gate of the team. Make sure that there is a sense of chemistry. Chemistry means that you know each other, you trust each other, you believe each other, you understand each other's competencies and have respect for each other. You enjoy each other. And so you have to guard the gate of leadership. You bring someone in that doesn't have chemistry with everyone else, they'll be a performer, but they will not be a teammate. It'll be about individual performance. They'll create a silo, and so they've got to figure out how to live life inside of a team. You've got to discern their fit. Sometimes when it comes to chemistry, it's a competency issue where you're hiring someone to do something and they don't do it and they're not performing well, so it brings the rest of the team down and it causes chemistry problems there. I'm going to just tell you as a leader, trust your gut. I know several times in ministry, I had a need in ministry and I hired someone that didn't have chemistry with me. I hired someone that didn't have chemistry with the team and wasn't like us and didn't think like us. And I regretted it every time. And my leadership gut told me over and over, now you could call it the Holy Spirit or the Spidey sense or whatever, but my sense was it just wasn't right. And I gave into the pressure of others who saw the need was so important, but the chemistry wasn't right. And every time I did that, it caused the team to go down. It caused discouragement. It caused frustration. And it's just so important to trust the leadership gut that God has given you, to pray about it, to understand it, to have a really good, guarding the gate, really good process of filtering those people in and out of the process and that kind of thing. And then finally, you need to build trust among the team. When I have chemistry, not everyone's going to be all the way there. God doesn't always give you the perfect fit. Sometimes He grows people into the fit, and you as a leader have to have the ability to help them move that direction. So I'm going to encourage you to do a few things as a leader. First of all, make sure that you have relationship outside of work with the people who are in your inner circle. Now, you could be the lead pastor with your staff, or you could be a ministry leader with volunteers. But the question is, do you have relationship outside of work? Ministry is built on trust. Trust is the currency of leadership. And so you've got to build trust, relationship, and you have to like each other. This will cause you to serve each other greater and to go to greater lengths for each other. And those difficult times will create chemistry rather than dispersion. Second, when you celebrate wins, when you celebrate an individual's win, don't celebrate it just for this individual. Talk about how the team had an impact, how it impacts the team goal. Everything is said and done in the context of the team winning. You could be the best running back, you could be the best basketball player, you could be the home run hitter, but if your team doesn't win, it should not feel as good as when the team wins. We want to take the hill and we want to take it together. Third, help individual growth. Help individuals become better. This is a personal development strategy of leadership. When you help them become better at what they do, they recognize your value, your contribution in their lives, and they're much more likely to do something for the team. Fourth, organize team building times. Now, I'm not talking about the trust fallback thing. I'm talking about times where you're together, you're trying to accomplish something together, or you're going to see someone who's ahead of you, or you're going to some business organization that's got some sort of ability that you want to learn, going on excursions, on retreats, taking hikes, even playing golf. You're allowed to play golf. Do things together that you would just build the team. You'd have conversation about things outside of work and not just things inside of work, about leadership in general and not just about leadership and management in the ministry that they're in. And then finally, Develop interdependence and collaboration. You can do that in so many different ways. For example, in your staff meetings, don't meet in rows, meet in circles. Make sure you have small groups breaking up. You're talking about a topic like this one. Break up into small groups and have them talk about it. That creates an interdependence or a collaboration in their learning. One of the things that we did at our church is that we actually wrote into the job description of our maturity pathway the weekend was partially responsible for small groups because we wanted people to move from the weekend to small groups. And the small groups was partially responsible for the weekend and for serving. And so what happened was this person who was overseeing the weekend, this person overseeing small groups, they began to talk to each other because they knew they were being measured by the transition from one to another and not just by the numbers in those things. Same thing with small groups and serving and outreach and the weekend. And we had this pathway that people, they come, grow, serve, and go, and they were all coordinated. And the transition conversations were so essential. They began to collaborate with each other and work because their job performance was a part of those things. Think about ways to help them collaborate. Think about ways to make them interdependent with each other. And I'm sure that'll be a great thing. Listen, chemistry is so essential for a team. I hope you have a great conversation about this. This has been a Converge Whiteboard Leadership Moment. To learn more about Converge or to join us, check out converge.org.